our workouts that is going to be hitting the competition floor. And it is presented by Equip Products. Our 1 point upper hitting the competition floor right now. 50 double unders, 40 dumbbell hang cleans, 50 double unders, 30 dumbbell push jerks, another 50 double unders, and 20 single arm push-ups. Our lane assignments for our upper 1 points. And some very familiar names, and one I'm very excited to see back in competition after missing last year, Victor Hugo Asaf from Ecuador. And for our females, we have our short stature and our upper 1 points. Emily Cairns looking to go back to the top of the podium after a win in 2024, coming second last year. Ludovic van der Vrey, closest to your screen. Mark Samuel, both Frenchmen. And underway for heat number 13. On the gentlemen's side of competition, it is our upper 1 point. For the female side of competition, it is our upper 1 point and our short stature division. Ana Lopez to the far right of your screen, Emily Cairns, 2 athletes in. Hayley Pember-Calvert next up, and Christy Irby in the green and the orange.
Working on that single arm dumbbell hang clean. Using those hips. Working that dumbbell right to the shoulders. Still looking for the elbows to get into that front rack position. The ladies over here working on their full clean. Again, we have a little bit of a mixed batch here. Our upper 1 point and our short stature. That's Irene Wadandi right there, working on that barbell. Mike Bitton in the middle, number 105 in the green shirt.
Emily Cairns. And it's funny watching, when I say funny, I mean interesting watching the athletes in the Oceania region, because you see a lot of what they do and they put a lot of the stuff out there. Emily has been working exceptionally hard on her double unders.
Well, you can
it
tell.
hasn't been her, it hasn't been her favorite movement, and she saw a little bit of frustration last year in Las Vegas. And some days she goes, some days I've got them, some days I don't.
Oh, I know exactly. I'll say this, and this goes for any athlete. If you have double unders and you're a kind of a hit-miss athlete, do your double unders barefoot. My double unders are great now since I work out with barefoot. It's fantastic. But one of the things I think that's really interesting with Emily is not the fact that she is just a ferocious competitor and obviously wants to train and wants to get really, really good at all the things that she's doing, but has probably one of the best personalities and the best attitudes while she's out there. You will regularly see her smiling and dancing and hanging out and wanting to like enjoy this ride that she's on. I mean, I probably more than anybody else that I've ever seen.
As a former dancer and a dance teacher, you would expect her to have that great body awareness, and envy is something I definitely have for that body awareness, because I know you need it in wrestling.
Yeah.
Rugby you can get away with a little bit less, but that body awareness is something that is really important to movements with external loads and your own body weight movements.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. There goes Victor.
Oh, he's just a machine. From CrossFit Sea Dog in Ecuador. And Mike Bitton.
And the way Mike Baton was doing his single arm push-ups was incredible. Pure blown like Rocky Balboa style.
Bitton finishing up first. Irene Wanondi in our short stature division. And Annie Bridegroom, Jenny Weiss.
There she goes, Irene.
There's
is off and
Irene.
running,
I was going to say our two new competitors too. Brian Knight gets finished up. Hayley Pember-Calvert's is done as well. Artyom Sandikov. Oh, push-up. How about that positioning?
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
Annie Bridegroom. And on Emily's social media account, actually how she goes about training to do one-arm push-ups. I don't know what that was, but it was something to do with her body.
Oh, I think they're talking about too much of the turn. Which, I don't know. That looked pretty dang good to me. I don't know what they're talking about.
Dominik Orlovsky on the right-hand side of your screen. At foot placement, it's obviously a difficult thing with your one-arm push-up. We've got Dominik Orlovsky on the top right of your screen.
Well, I know that one of the things that they talk about is if that leg comes down and touches the ground, standard is supposed to be that everything is off the ground when you're going for that press. And he's really close. But if you watch Emily up at the top left-hand corner of your screen, like those are incredible one-arm presses. Anna Paula right next to her in the pink shoes. Orlovsky making his way across the finish line.
Anna Lopez. Oh, that's super low from Anna.
Right, I know.
Wow. Okay.
A dead stop press from the bottom.
5 reps left for Emily Cairns.
Three minutes left to go on our 10-minute time cap. Handful of our athletes working on those single arm push-ups. Emily up at the top. Judge's hand is in the air. And she is able to finish that up and comes across her finish line for her first event of our 3-day competition.
There we go.
And there's that little dancer jig right there.
Let's have another one. Emily Cairns. Happy and content. And what do you do when you finish? You walk straight down and you support your other girls that are continuing on the competition floor. Lopez goes down once again. Michael Libby done. Final 2 minutes coming. Mark Samut and Ludovic van der Vrey. And van der Vrey. Job done. And tough going for the athletes. It just seems we've been doing this. This is our 3rd year in a row doing this, and the progression has just got so much harder.
Well, I mean, you know, you have to. You can't make it be easier. It's a world championship for these athletes. These are the elite of the elite in the space of fitness in the adaptive community. So, you know, every year it's going to be ramped up. And if you were bad at it last year, you better get good at it, because it's probably going to come back again with plus a rep or 2.
Mark not too far away from getting finished up with those doubles. Christy Irby on the far left of your screen. Hayley Pemmer-Calvert's. Hayley with that knowing nod of yes, I know.
I got it. I got it. Trying to get there. I'm doing my thing.
Last 20 seconds coming now. Victor Asaf again. Back to what we expect. I did mention to you when we were at the opening ceremony about seeing Victor Asaf and him flying the Ecuadorian flag as flag bearer out on his own, the only athlete from Ecuador competing.
Cool.
But I went back after seeing what Victor did in 2024 with his one-arm snatch. I attempted one and couldn't do it.
There's going to be the majority of people on this planet can't do that.
Be intellectual disability without CC for our men. And on the opposite side, we are going to see our men in the seated 3 division, Alameda.
So on the seated 3 quad, we have 50 multi-ropes, 30 on the hang cleans, 50 multi-ropes again, 20 shouldered overhead. That final set of the 50 multi-rope, and then the 10 ring dips with that 10-minute time cap. We'll see pretty much the same thing we saw on the ID without CC as we did in that last heat. So keep an eye on that the whole time.
Our lane assignments for our ID without CC. Sir Lancelot's back again, and on the other side, multiple champ Cam Whitaker back to action again. He's in lane number 5. I'm still blown away with San Antonio 2 years ago with the number of shoulder overhead that Cam Whitaker was able to punch out.
Oh my gosh.
349 reps or something silly.
Had to have been some sort of a world record. I mean, I just feel like we just set world records all the time in this divisional.
And there is the man on screen, leading the way with the regional championship in the wheelchair rugby championship in Australia a couple of months ago.
Mr. Lance King. Big movement of those power cleans. You see that, a little bit of a wider grip, but he's a tall athlete. He's got some long arms. So I like the way that he's going a little bit wider, trying to shorten up that range of motion just a touch.
Antonio Bonanno as Cam Whitaker. Oh, he is on a mission this weekend. The 2026 Adaptive and Teenage CrossFit Games over the course of the next 3 days. Cliff Robinson on the far left of your screen. There's Lance King with that barbell.
I mean, I think he's doing a little bit lower. He's letting that barbell go down a little lower than he needs to. But man, he's moving that really well. He looks really strong with it. Obviously, he's been the king in the last handful of years, as we well know. He likes to tell us that on a regular basis, but
correct.
I mean, look at what he has. He's got a lot of power, so I think that's really going to play well for him again in this event as well.
Gavin Chappell getting to work. And you mentioned Sir Lancelot, Lance King, 3 event wins, making sure he was on top of that podium. Cam Whitaker is going to do the same thing. $796 points in last year's competition, out of a possible 900. Cliff Robinson to the far right of your screen. Intellectual disability division without chromosomal condition. Cam Whitaker still working away.
And guess what? Cam's done.
Of course
and
he
guess
is.
what? Like speed with the barbell, world record speed with the barbell. What he does.
Ten ring dips to finish off for our seated 3 division. Elliot Aslan. There's Antonio. Some more great products from Equip for our seated athletes. Antonio Bonanno is done. Anthony Monaco. And the amount of effort going through these athletes right now.
See the handlers in the back trying to support those athletes as they're pressing up. You got to remember, you got to figure out where your base is at this point, all of the different setups that you have. So handlers are there to make sure our athletes are able to stay upright while they're pressing that bar out overhead.
Ivan Rangalovici continues. There it is. It's too simple. It's too easy. Sir Lancelot is in once again. Gavin Chappell. And there's Cam Whitaker to the right. And let's think about this for a second. You've just done 10 extremely difficult ring dips out of your chair. Then you've got to wheel yourself over the finish line. Those triceps are on fire.
Quickly, yeah.
Cliff Robinson, Lucas Almeida Lima. Sean Miller just out of shots. Ivan Rangalovici making his way to the rings. Lucas looking good. I like that. Keep your chest down and keep your arms straight. No pressure on your forearms whatsoever.
Nice lockout on those push-ups.
Elliot Asselin to the bottom. Max Morrison with that massive jump. Bottom left of your screen. Anthony Monaco continuing to work, bottom right. Angelo Vici. Still plenty of time to get these done. Lucas has got to be close. I think it's one more rep for Lucas Almeida Lima. Has a look up. Oh, he's got a little bit of injection of adrenaline here. The last couple of reps have looked great.
Shaking him out, trying to get a little bit of lactate out of those triceps.
Final 60 seconds coming. The fatigue level is increasing by the rep. The Brazilian, Lucas Almeida Lima.
Two reps remaining with just about 20 seconds left on the clock. One rep left to go in about 5 seconds. And that time just about almost finishes, not quite. One rep short on that set of push-ups. Was very close. Very close.
Alameda and presented by Equip Products.
We are 75 multi-ropes times 3 with those hang cleans in the middle, shoulder to overhead, and those ring dips. Again, lots and lots of pushing power is needed on this one. We're seeing, if you have it, you'll do great, but we've seen a lot of failure on the last reps as well. So 10 minutes on the time cap for this one.
Our lane assignments. Nicodem Shonka in lane 3. Kai Vickers, Brandon Mance, Grant Allen, Rion Holloway. We've got them all in there again. Great to see from our seeded 1 division. Our seeded 1 and 3 divisions on the far side. Great to see Rebecca Storm-Nagel back to competition again after having a year off last year. Andrea Wilson, don't worry about her. She has plenty of fire still in her. Stefan Roche to the left of your screen, representing Belgium, there's Rion. 2 athletes in, Nicodem representing Poland, and Jesus Gentil representing Spain in lane number 4. This is our final division. And Rebecca.
You can see the athletes counting right here, trying to keep track. Last thing you want to do is a lot of extra ones of these reps. This right here, you know, we talk about how much the shoulder feels. This will burn your shoulders out. That tension that you have to hold as you're spinning those multi-ropes around is really, really painful and really difficult.
Rebecca, one of our South African athletes to represent.
Really fast with the elbows turning down around like that. Look at the way she throws those elbows forward. She's got a great pull to get that bar all the way up to the about the shoulder height too, and then just whips those elbows underneath.
Andrea Wilson, currently pregnant, and has set herself the challenge.
I mean, you know, if you're gonna go out there, you and your child, might as well do it like that.
She actually called out Dave Castro as well a couple of weeks ago when they had the ring rollover to support. Said, come on, why can't we do it as well?
Right. Stephen Rocher right there doing more of a curl, not really using his shoulders so much. I don't know if he's trying to save his shoulders a little bit for the press, but he's doing more of a front curl setup with that.
Nikodem Shonka, all out on his own. Rocher comes to join. And Smiley, she's back.
Well, well, well.
Not competing last year, unfortunately, but fortunately for us, she was part of our volunteer crew in Las Vegas. But she was great in San Antonio 2 years ago. And I don't know anyone who has a better time on the competition floor.
Wow, what the heck?
I know you're saying what the heck, but it's Hope Kettle, and we're used to seeing that from Hope and just absolutely smashing events year after year.
I mean, just kind of, you know, it was only 2 minutes in. I wasn't ready for that to happen so quickly.
Nikodem Shonka continuing. Representing Poland. First place finish last year. Some good quality, consistent finishes. And there's Smiley. Oh, and about to get finished up.
Smiling as she goes right across the finish line there.
Hope Kittle there as well. Brandon Mance in the background, as is Grant Allen.
Right there, all of those handlers holding on those chairs, making sure that they're supported so that these athletes can get a great big push.
Rion Holloway from the start. Nikodem Shonka all chasing down now. Joe Clark, who has jumped into the lead. Jesus Rios Gentile. Kai Vickers, that massive lean back. And the final rep all done. Shonka pushing hard, all chasing down Joe Clark, who now moves to the rings and being told to turn around. He's just in the background. Your leader in lane 5.
There goes Andrea Wilson right there doing her thing. By far one of the most powerful pullers, and I'm not talking about in this division of any just athlete that I've seen. And when I say that, I've seen her roll up to a bar, roll up to a rope, climb to a bar, go to the rings, do a muscle up on the rings, go back to the bar, do a pull up on the bar, and then climb herself back down the rope again.
Crazy stuff from Andrea Wilson. Here she comes. Another athlete in the competition last year who went 9 from 9. Good way to start.
Fantastic way to start.
Brandon Mance again. Third place finish last year, and that is exactly the way to start your competition in 2026. The Adaptive and Teenage CrossFit Games underway here at the San Jose McHenry Convention Center. Haley Kuhn. And Rebecca Storm Nagel. Welcome back. Kai Vickers is done. Finishing second last year. Clark comes in. Big smile on his face. Finishing 5th last year. Haley continues. Final 2 minutes coming up of our time cap. Still a number of athletes on the floor. Nikodem Shonka, one of those for the men's. Seated 1 division in lane 3. Haley making her way to the rings now. Rion Holloway on the far left. Nikodem Shonka and Jesus Gentil. Quick break, 1 rep remaining for Nikodem Shonka.
Haley right there trying to set herself up again, adjusting her seat, trying to get herself to where she's in a good pushing position. Haley almost done, trying to adjust herself up again. About 45 seconds left to go here. Jacob Smith, 1 rep remaining for the last 30 seconds of here. Jacob trying to get through this, setting himself up. You can see him setting, prepping himself as he gets himself up, waiting for that lockout. And he is done with that as he makes his way right back down the floor to finish across before that 10-minute time cap.
Jacob Smith. Oh, he just knew it.
Just
damn it.
Can't get my arms to move any faster. I've blown him out. The big old tricep. They got a lot of work after that event.
And our divisions for Alameda all complete now, and it's proving to be difficult for some.
So our AK lower division, we have 50 single unders, 40 on the hang cleans, 50 on the single unders, 30 on the shoulder to overhead, 50 more single unders and 20 handstand push-ups. We're going to have our weight set at 65 pounds for the men, 45 pounds for the ladies with this 10-minute time cap. We've been watching this all morning long. Same setup, same idea. It's going to come down to the shoulders to see what kind of juice you have in them.
Chewy, lane number 6. Anthony Gutierrez and Ross Austin, twinkle toes. Great to see Ross back again. Saw him outside on the way in. He's excited to be here. And talk about USA, USA, USA. Wowza.
I mean, you're going to have that eventually. You're going to have that in there, you know?
Yes, we are.
That's okay, but it's still, I don't think we've had one division that has been solidly just one nationality, which is great. It should, it should be a mix like that. Sierra Landholm right there in front of your screen, waving to the fans.
There's Ross proudly supporting that Union Jack headband. Corbin Hartz, Elliot Crimp, 3 athletes in. Anadi, Semilevich.
Our athletes making their way out for their single unders on the jump. Holy cow, that is some speed on the single under. Wow.
Now, athletes got the choice whether or not they take their prosthetic onto the competition floor or not.
Well, we've seen sometimes it's just something that you have to deal with. I mean, it's kind of in the way. If you have the strength, if you have the ability to not have to use it, we'll see a lot of athletes that just choose not to.
Matty Shepherd, another of the British contingent. Murray Hambro just behind him, another in this heat, and Ross Austin the third. Takahiro Miura just seeing that elbow position come through every time, and it's exactly the same every single time, and that's what you're looking for, consistency.
Well, now one thing that I do see, his arms are bent a little bit in the front, so what's going to happen, might get a little tired out of that, it's hard to tell.
Sierra Landholm, the front left of your screen, Katie Weemouth.
Lauren Farhat right behind. You can see she's turned around. She's got her back to us with the black shirt, black top. It just did fantastic last year.
850 points and only dropped one event.
Yeah. So she's incredibly competitive. I think it's unique that it's ending up that our two athletes are facing each other, head face to face, if you're doing those hang cleans. There's Lauren right there. Now what she chooses to do is have her prosthetic set at the weight so she can load up there if she needs to, but more comfortable with the single leg here on the single under.
How about the battle last year with Amy Breen up and down the competition floor? That was
wow.
So good. Amy, if you are tuning in, and I'm sure you are, great to have your company. Wherever you're watching right around the world, live here on FloElite's, Lauren Farhat's prosthetic goes on.
Right into that push press. You see she gets that dip drive, popping those hips, using that body to move those that barbell up off the shoulders, and then extending it, finishing out that rep with the press out.
Chewy gets to work once again.
Chewy absolutely annihilated the barbell, working for that shoulder to overhead.
And funny, if you go back to last year, his finishes were third, second, third, first. So he didn't have it all his own way, but he came home strong, 800 points out of a possible 900. And that's a very dominant performance.
Well, and he's the only one to have kicked himself up onto the wall, so he's the lone athlete out of both of our heats that are working on the handstand push-ups.
Looks like Matthew Shepard is going to be next up on the wall at the far end. Elliot Crimp just behind Anthony Gutierrez, the man they call Chewy. Corbin Hartz. Anadi Tamulovic to the wall as well.
Diana Jordan right there working in the foreground. You can see Lauren Farhat on the right-hand side up against the wall. Lone athlete on the women's side that's working, and again, using her leg to get as much momentum to throw her body up before she has to rely purely on her arm strength and shoulder strength to get her body up in the air to get that rep.
Diana Jordan finishing 5th last year, and watching her do that handstand walk last year in Las Vegas, she was just so determined. But Lauren Farhat continuing her dominance once again. And Bailey Hooper's interview has had me thinking the entire time about the education and the promotion of the adaptive community and how to expand. And we've seen so many more people sign up for the Wheel Wide Open this year and start progressing through the competition. Chewy all done. Taking a break, nice and easy. Farhat not far away from finishing. And hey, even the best in the game fatigue their triceps.
You know, I mean, you just got to shake it out because she was moving really, really quick. Rest of our ladies out here on the floor working through their hang cleans.
Diana Jordan to the wall. Looks like Lauren Farhat is complete as she takes a seat in the background. Oh, Ross Austin, the strict handstands in lane number 10 to the far left of your screen. Elliot Crimp just getting a no rep. Wow, that one looked super after a no rep to pull that out.
A little bit of a quiver on that one.
A quiver.
A little quiver in the tricep.
And now a big quiver. Ross Austin continues with the strict movement. That's not a you thing, that's a cameraman thing.
Just under 3 minutes left to go. Diana taking a little bit of a break, trying to shake it out, trying to let those arms relax. Kicking herself back up under the wall.
Still 2.5 minutes, so much time to get this done.
Big kick to move that body up. That was a great kick right there.
Katie Weymouth just coming off the wall for a second. Sierra Landholm, the top of your screen, taking a break. Diana Jordan taking a break as well. Lauren Farhat, I knew it wouldn't take her long. Bit of recovery, straight down. Katie This is how we're going to get this done. Still 2 minutes on our clock. Kirsten Kenny, Beth Tannen, Ghislaine Schuler, and Morgan Ramos still on the floor. Tamara Wampler.
Still working on those singles, trying to work those through.
The underlying theme over the course of the competition so far at the 2026 Divisional CrossFit Games is we want to do hard things, and we enjoy doing hard things because, hey, if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah, it's always, I mean, it's always pretty cool to be able to do something that no one else can do. I know, I like that.
Oh, the shakeout. Takahiro Mura. Again, a failed rep on the far right of your screen. Sierra Landholm. And Sierra just trying to get enough momentum out of that kick. Katie Weymouth to the left. Oh, the kick away from the wall. The feet just not wanting to stay.
I'm not sure if she got that rep or not, if they counted it, but, you know, this is one of the things, you start watching some of the mechanics of some of these kips. You want the kip to go straight up, and a lot of times someone will go to kick hard, but it goes back into the wall and kind of mutes all that momentum that you were trying to get. Great effort by all of those men and women out there on the floor in this round.
Ghislaine Schuler, happy with that, getting that completed with about 90 seconds left on our clock. It is slated as event number 2 on the schedule for the 2026 Adaptive and Teenage CrossFit Games. 50 single unders 3 times around, 40 hang cleans, and 30 shoulder to overhead for our intellectual division with chromosomal condition. All presented by Equip Products. Our lane assignments. And a massive contingent of the Aussies coming in. Sam, Oscar, Dylan, and Geordie. About to hit the floor for the first time. And for the ladies, we have got with and without our chromosomal condition. And Annie, Julia, Jessica, and Lainey, all returning from last year for our without chromosomal condition. Some very familiar names as well. Kira Weber, Tessa Kirky, Cassidy Lundskog, Hayley Malakian, and Lauren Weber. Athletes getting to work immediately. Lainey Thomason closest to screen. Toby Akpas, CrossFit Trinity. Nevin Smith. Our 2 Americans, and in the center 4 lanes, it is our 4 Australians. Zeke Maddox. Seeing the back of him right now. And in the orange, it is Jordan Cabrita. Julia Lane. Julia Lane finishing second last year. Nevin Smith to the far right of your screen. Chris Stubbs, apologies, Sam Stubbs. Oscar Jessup, Dylan Creamer and Jordan Cabrita. Jacob Meyer, Zeke Maddox. Gentlemen all getting to work. Two minutes down, still 8 minutes, so much time. Dylan Creamer currently leading our gentlemen. It's Julia Lane powering through the intellectual disability with chromosomal condition. Final rep done.
Julia was so fun to watch last year when she was competing. I mean, just smiles all the time. I think what's been really fun to watch is like the level. Actually, all these athletes. You can see Jordan Caprita over there on the right-hand side.
Oscar Jessup's twerking.
I mean, yeah, right?
Expect it, it's coming, it's coming.
It'll be there, it'll be there. But just the level of these athletes, now we're looking at, again, not that they've been doing CrossFit, but now a lot of these athletes have a year or years of CrossFit on them, and their movement is it's getting so good.
Dylan Creamer in the green, center of your screen, leading the way with the intellectual disability with chromosomal condition for the men. Julia Lane.
I mean, look at that. Beautiful dip drive with the hips. Nice big push, getting her head through, making sure every one of those reps counts.
And Jordan Cabrita's handler, none other than Mr. Khan Porter himself, coming fresh off 3 days of competition in the Masters, which preceded the 2026 Adaptive and Teenage CrossFit Games. All class for the entire week as the 2026 Divisional CrossFit Games, incorporating 3 different competitions.
Tony Akbis right there working through it. A nice big jump to get that barbell movement so we can turn his elbows down and around. Get that bar to the front rack position.
Hayley Malakian pushing through the barbell work as Dylan Creamer. And great to see the 4 girls back in the chromosomal condition division.
Pushes. Wow.
Lainey, Annie, Julia, and Jessica, as you said, all trying to chase out Julia, who had such a wonderful competition.
Dealing with an amazing finish, well under that 10-minute time cap.
Half will do.
That's all I need. I'm good. I'm good.
Unofficial time of 5 minutes, 40 seconds. Dylan Creamer. Oh,
how about you take some of these? Take some of them apples.
Julia, let's go.
Now I know that the judge, you can tell the judge is saying, get your chest all the way down.
Sam Stubbs just ahead. Oh, look at Oscar Jessup in the background. Absolutely smashing them out. His handler, Tommy Woodham, on the far right-hand side in the grey shirt. Coach and handler. Oscar thought he was done. Oscar, you got about 1,000 of them. Just keep going. Oh, Oscar.
Wow, that was a flying movement. Wow, as he dives into
his chest piece.
It's
gone.
And tackles it to the ground.
Knock it into next week. Sam Stubbs is done. And again, the pop, drop, and roll continues. Lots of me sitting here watching the Masters athletes do that at the start of the week.
I was literally just thinking that. I think they just took a page out of the Masters division and decided to just dive themselves across every single finish line.
Tessa Kirky.
Able to give a high five to Tessa as she walked by this morning on the opening ceremonies. Excited to be out there. Just, man, see sparkle in her eye. So fired up being out there.
Big time. Nevin Smith, top right of your screen. Lainey Thomason on the top left. Jordy Cabrita, bottom left. And Tessa Kirky to the bottom right. Jordy Cabrita, done.
Ooh, ow.
I'm just going to sit down for a bit.
Up at the top right, handler got her hand in there and got whipped by the rope. Ow.
Zeke Maddox to the far right of the bottom left section of your screen. Hayley Malakian, Cassidy Lungskog, Lauren Weber. Time has ticked away pretty quickly.
Nevin Smith right there working through his push-ups.
Jessica Jansen gets finished up. Julia Lane already done. Jessica Jansen is in. Nevin Smith. I actually don't mind that as a resting position.
Down? Well, yeah, absolutely.
You're halfway down there anyway.
Totally.
You've got no body weight to hold.
I mean, unless you're one of those people that like to rebound off the ground. I mean, you got to do that sometimes too.
Andy Leonard pushing through those single unders. Just over 30 seconds to go now. Jacob Meyer ticks the box. Cassidy Lungskog ran into her family this morning on the way into the SAP Center.
It was really cool to see her. Nevin Smith comes up and comes through the finish line.
Final couple of seconds. Toby Akbis can't get it done with the reps on the barbell. Not through lack of effort. Cassidy looking way too happy finishing that. Later this afternoon, but presented by Equip Products.
We have our 40 double unders, our 40 hang cleans, 40 double unders, 30 push jerks, 40 double unders, and 20 decline push-ups for that 10-minute time cap. And one of the things I want to show here and make sure that we see are all of our athletes are coming out with a blindfold. They all have their eyes covered. There are obviously some different variations in the amount of vision that some of these athletes have, but we wanted to make sure that it was completely equal for everyone. So that's why they're all officially blacked out, darked out with those blindfolds. And they're coming on, make their way out onto the floor with their handlers. So I love that they're equaling out the field all the way across.
Yeah, there's a bit of apprehension last year when this came in.
Right.
But now it's just the norm.
Yeah, and I think it's smart. It's a smart thing to do. It's the right thing to do.
Big time. Elena Simons for heat number 8 of our first day of competition. Another man I've had the pleasure of commentating on all year as well, Tom Dupreez.
Tom Dupreez.
He is back in competition once again. And for our ladies, Kim de Kyril back once again, but also it's great to see so many newcomers coming into competition.
Kim de Kyril, we've seen her in a handful of different events, even in open events. I've seen her compete at the Northern California Classic in Sacramento. Had her handler there, and it was in the regular division. It wasn't even the adaptive division. They didn't have one there. She just wanted to compete.
Bam, that's how you do it. Finishing 6th last year. Her best finish was a 2nd in the Grim Reaper. Apologies, the Grip Reaper. And the handlers doing an amazing job as always. And we saw the double unders come in last year.
Oh yeah.
And some athletes, obviously without that awareness, shifting left and right, front and back. The handler's doing an amazing job of trying to keep them within the area that is allocated to them.
I mean, just think how hard that would be if you are bouncing and bounding, and even if you have double unders, you're doing your thing, trying to keep it as straight as you can, and then trying to be told where to move into, how to move around, where you're supposed to be hanging out. It's a tough one. And the whole thing here when you are doing your double unders is you don't want to be bouncing all over the place. You want to be trying to bound straight up and down as much as you can. And that takes, oh my gosh, look at that. Again, we talked about what bounding looks like. Right in the center of your screen in the black shirt, orange shorts. Beautiful setup, beautiful bounding position.
Noah Cook. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a spin going on.
Man, who cares? I'll take the spin anytime.
But look at that. The positioning has got him there.
And there's Kimberly right in the front of your screen in the orange shorts. Emma Hood right behind her.
Mary Collin. Saw Mary Collin last year. Andrea Valle.
All of our ladies, again, 40 on the hang cleans at 65 pounds. So taking a nice break. I think that's smart to do that right now in this set. Save on the shoulders just a touch.
Sarah Nappi getting to work as well. Gabrielle Montero. Athletes having absolutely no trouble shifting this weight.
Wow, those are rapid fire. That's riding the line. We talk about riding the line on your reps. She's going so fast, trying to get her body locked out and getting those elbows up to the front.
Two minutes down. And the handlers not just assisting Hunter Tribe. Bottom left of screen as well. The handlers also adjusting barbells so everything's back in the same place.
Which is smart. You got to reset these guys. Got to reset them.
and having the awareness of putting that barbell in the right position. So one, it's in the right spot, and two, you're not overworking your midline stabilization and have to work a little bit harder.
Well, I mean, that's just great movement right there. I don't know if you've ever done any sort of lifting with your eyes closed. I know coming from a wrestling background, I mean, we'll wrestle a lot with our eyes closed. It's just so you can feel the body around you, can feel where you are in relation to, you know, your surroundings, and you have a different perception, like your senses start to heighten a little bit on the one that you don't have. So if you haven't done weightlifting movements with your eyes closed, it is something nice to try and to kind of play with, because it does allow for you to feel the movement, which I think a lot of these athletes with some of those great movement patterns are showcasing that. I mean, look at that. Beautiful extension of the hip, dropping underneath the bar, catching that bar directly overhead of the feet.
Valet back to the rope once again. Hunter Tribe finishing second last year in this division. Mary Collin. Hunter Tribe onto the final section. The 20 decline push-ups. Oh, Hunter, come on, here we go. Some great speed in that movement. Reckon he's done a few of those push-ups before in his time. Mary Collin, Andrea Valle. They are on the left and the right of your left-hand side of your screen. Hunter Tribe. Now no run finish for obvious reasons in our vision impaired division. So once the movement reps have been finished on the decline push-ups, time will be called. Valle for the ladies, for the men, Hunter Tribe. Starting things off with a bang, only one event win last year. And he's equaled that already.
There you go. All up from here.
Mary Collin getting to the handstands at the same time as Andrea Valle. Nick Bullock on the right, Tom Dupree's on the left. Bullock happy with that performance. Emma Hood. Interesting position with those hands for Emma.
Yeah, you know, she's really trying to use her triceps more out of that. It's really interesting with a lot of, and I see this most of the time with women, that the arm position isn't necessarily in the most efficient position or the strongest position to push, but if they get something early where it works, either elbows way out to the side or elbows way in like that, it's kind of hard to move them from that.
Sarah Nappy from Beacon Community Fitness.
Still got a no rep there. Still plenty of time on the clock for her.
Second place finish for her last year. No event wins at all, but just some great consistency. Third, a second, a third, and a fourth for Sarah last year.
Jono Heenan up there in lane number 10. Big heave of that body, getting that bar up overhead. Nice re-dip.
Kim de Chiral to her last 20 reps. Nicole Court just on the outside, making her way back to the barbell, as is Lucette Martinez.
That right there is a rapid fire push-up.
Big time, Gabriel Montero.
I mean, he must have had a hard time with the double unders or something, because
these
look
push-ups,
at this pressing power.
Oh, so easy. Reckon there's a bit of bench in there.
Just a handful of bench in there for sure, for sure. Kim with a beautiful set of push-ups on the right center of your screen now.
Final 60 seconds coming. This is heat number 8, the vision impaired division.
No rep. Looks like she touched her stomach, not her chest. Got that hand up now.
Triceps are a funny thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
You build the muscle so quickly, but they fatigue just as
so
quickly.
Yeah. But you can make them look great, though. Noah Cook on the right-hand side of your screen trying to get himself through there. Final 10 seconds left to go here, it looks like.
And the barbell coming down. And it looks as though Shelley Williams may have just grazed her nose with the barbell on the way down.
Whoa.
She looks like she's okay, though. We talk about keeping that barbell as close to your center of mass as possible, but not that close.
See, I'd have a really hard time with that. I have a big nose. It's hard for me to keep it close to my body. It doesn't work that way.
Of the competition, it is event number 2. We are going to get to event number 1 later on. Things switched this morning for our teenage division. And Alameda is going to be our second event of the competition. And we are not far away from getting started.
But for our upper 2-point division, we have 50 double unders, 40 hang cleans at that weight listed. The rest of those double unders, 30 push jerks, and then 10 handstand push-ups. Again, this really comes down to your prowess on the double unders or your power on the pressing for the handstand push-ups.
Our keys to success for Alameda.
You really got to be smart with how you break these sets up. Now with the double unders, if you're forced to break up the sets a lot, that's really going to slow you down, and then you're going to kind of have to run your own race. But when we talk about breaking up the sets, it's going to be with the shoulder press part. If you know you're going to shut down at the end or you're not very strong on the handstand push-ups, then break up your early sets with the hang cleans and the shoulder to overhead. Allow yourself to have some of that juice left in the tank so you can get through that final set.
At barbell shifting very quickly. And the gentlemen moving just a little bit quicker than the ladies. Again, Julie Pomerol, Matai Muse, Elaine DeRocco, Julie Haberstam, Christina Mazzullo, Ava Laguava Sayari, all back to play again. Christine DeVries is in. Our upper 2-point division. 2 points of contact for the upper body. Seong Kim, Lloyd Burns, Henry Dunn, just out of shot is Danilo de Souza. And Sam Lysett finishing up. Christina Mazzullo on the opposite side of the competition floor. Format for Alameda. The barbells are situated in one direction, your double unders are in another. Does that throw spanner in the works a little, or is I'm just thinking of having to change position every time and you haven't got that natural progression flow?
Well, I mean, I think depending, based on the two movements, so you want the barbells all lined up in a particular way so that there's no way that you're going to catch one of the ends of the barbell and it hits someone towards the back or whatever. So you haven't everyone lined up there. On the double unders, if everyone is jumping the same way, I can get very close to you if we're shoulder to shoulder. But if we are front to back, then our loops of the double unders are going to get tangled up, and that's not what we want to have. So you can see all these guys working through their shoulder to overhead. We see the majority are going to be push press, utilizing that body to get that shoulder up overhead. You can see the different implements that our athletes have to assist in the barbell, whether it's working on the hang cleans or whatever it is that they need to do. We'll see different straps, we'll see different hooks.
Elaine DeRocco.
Really strong with her shoulder to overhead. Again, in the all green, not having any sort of an issue there at all.
It's Logan Torrance.
Again, nice setup. Look, you watch where his feet are. He's basically staying in the same 1 foot square box area. That's what you want to do when you're doing your double unders. You don't want to bounce all over the place. So when you do that, your feet are going to get hung up on that rope and stop you. I hate missing on double unders. Hate it. Like, it makes me not want to do double unders if I think I'm going to miss on double unders.
Ava Sayari.
Ava doing a great job on that shoulder overhead. You can see that
positioning.
Re-rack right at the shoulders and using the descent of that bar to go right into that rebend of the knees to launch that bar up overhead. She's done with her shoulder to overhead, has one final set of her double unders before she gets onto the wall for her handstand push-ups.
10 handstand push-ups, as Bill said in the event description. And Elaine DeRocco just shaking out those triceps. They have been put to work this morning. Maureen Muller getting done.
Oh.
And our gentleman bolting down the line, David Leclerc. Oh, it is a mad sprint. We have got athletes finishing all over the place. Julia Habestam is finished as well. And some athletes absolutely buried, the others celebrating with their competitors.
I mean, they come across so fast across the finish line that you only really get to slow down on the opponent on the men's side, on the opposite side of the field there.
Josue Maldonado. And that push away from the wall as well. Your brain's wanting to do one thing, your body's going no.
Yeah, and you tell your brain to just shut up when it comes to that. It's like, look, we can talk afterwards. You can tell me how sore you are or how tired you are, but we got things to do right now, which is race.
Christina Mazzullo continuing, progress through her handstands. Oh, it is Seong-Hoon Kim sprinting over the line, as is Christina Mazzullo. And Logan Torrance wraps things up. Eight minutes down, 2 minutes remaining. Christina DeVries.
About 90 seconds left to go for our athletes. Trying to work through on the handstand push-ups. Emilion
I guess I've been fortunate in my career that I've never been at this stage of absolute fatigue on handstands.
You haven't done enough, that's why.
Oh, I've done enough, that's for sure. Give me
You've
one.
never once failed?
Oh, I've got to that point of failure, but that was sort of like going for a max set of something.
Huh.
But he asked me to squat once at, say, 20 kilos, and it's all over. So, yeah, it's funny how things sort of,
I
they
do know
level
that,
out.
yeah, some people have just an innate, I don't know, shoulders, like they're just like an unlimited amount of power. I've seen people that have been able to do that. I have people in our gym that are the same way. It's like you just don't ever stop at all. Like, okay. And I'm pretty good, I think, at the shoulder stuff. But, man, once they go, they go.
Emilion Danimal finishing up. Maite Muse done.
Just not able to get enough momentum with those legs.
Oh, squeezing it in. Danilo de Souza. Some tough going for our athletes on the competition floor. It is our first event for the competition for these athletes, but the second that the teenage athletes have got through today. We'll do a role reversal with Road Reboot coming up later on this afternoon for our adaptive divisions. But this one presented by Equip Products.
In the neuromuscular major, we have our 3 rounds of those single unders, and sandwiched in between those, we have our hang cleans at 40 reps, shouldered overhead at 30 reps, and 20 push-ups. Barbell work, 55 pounds, 35 pounds, and again with that 10-minute cap as we've seen for the majority of the morning here.
Our Neuro Major, the third of our neurological division, heading your way. Remember what John Sherrill said to me last year? I'm retired, I'm done. Oh no, sir,
Right,
you are not.
right, sure.
See you next year. Yeah.
Sure you are.
Here we are. Oh, I love it when they get that itch. And they
Hey,
go,
you know what? It's hard when it's been your thing. It's really hard to not have that anymore. You know, it's hard to move away from your group and not be involved in all that stuff. I get it.
Jocelyn Karska, not qualifying this year, but she's here supporting nonetheless. Great to see her. Just gave us a bit of a wave from the crowd. Our Neuro Major division. Only thing I remember, one of the things I remember about John Sherrill last year is him swearing on our broadcast and then having to apologise to kids who were back in the...
I mean, hey, stuff. He's a funny guy.
Funny guy. And kids are watching, he's like, oh.
He's like, oh,
oopsie.
sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Brian Hill. To the bottom of your screen, Daniel Lotz. Alan Castana from Belgium. Leading the way in lane number 7. There he is, John Sherrill. Great to see you back, John. Wouldn't be the same without you.
Nah, I think that's fantastic he's here.
They're frustrated with those double unders already. Sydney Peterson. And our handlers on the floor once again, providing the support in case these athletes require it. So you see the athletes in those grey shirts. You'll know exactly what they're there for. Joshua Speedle, CGX CrossFit just in the back.
Nice, fast elbow movement. Look at that. Jessica Roush right there in the orange shirt. Nice extension of the hips, good shrug of the shoulder, and a quick turnover or turn under of that elbow to catch that bar right in the front rack. Perfect.
Jenna Capolini continuing. And the hustle. Cutting that transition time down is going to be key to getting a fast time. Jessica Roush.
Jessica with the beautiful balance of that barbell, and look at the way she's handling it.
And all that experience from last year. 2 event wins to start competition last year in Resilience Rising Part A and B, and a 2nd place finish on the podium. Roy Gutta Jr. having no trouble with the barbell going into that overhead position, leading the way. Alan Castana in the background, just behind where Roy is right now. There he is on screen. Alan trying to get back into that first position that he currently held. The first stages of our 14th heats of our adaptive division. th anniversary of the CrossFit Games this year, and great to have the individuals, the teams, masters, adaptive, teenagers, all part of a great celebration of fitness.
Working on that set of 20 push-ups, trying to get the chest all the way down. Judge right there told the handler as well as the athlete, and I really think that's what's important, because a lot of times with these athletes, the person that they hear, because the person that they work with on a regular basis is going to be their handler. So it's good to let everybody know why that rep didn't work.
Capellini still leading the way for our female Neuro Major division. Sorensen nearly done. But it has been tough going. Capellini in 4:45. Sorensen looking up and just going, come on.
How many more?
Something, anything. In the background, your two leaders back onto the rope once again. Roy Gunther Jr. all done. Alan Castana to the right of your screen. And Roy, the first athlete to the push-ups. Alan won't be too far away. Already a finisher on the female side of competition. It is Jenna Capellini, Tracy Bartalo. Not too far away. Riley Weinstein. Bottom right of your screen. She's on the left-hand side. Celia Sprouse on the right-hand side. Tracy Bartalo. She is done. Top left of your screen. Roy, 1 rep away from finishing. And all done. Castana getting a no rep from the judge. 6:45 unofficial time for Roy Gunther Jr. We are at the 7-minute now. 3 minutes remaining.
Great push off the ground there. Love that. Kept that body nice and straight. Fought all the way up. Didn't let her body sag and touch the ground. Beautiful.
Hannah Webster. Another athlete from
fantastic. Yeah, that was great.
United Kingdom representative Hannah Webster, finishing 4th last year. The effort these athletes are putting in and have put in since last year. And you mentioned it before, Bill, about Kevin Oger. He's always watching. Just to make things a little bit tougher. Carissa Glover. Into position. And solid. Plank position.
About 90 seconds left to go for our athletes that are out there on the floor. Just a handful of them left.
Kevin Araya down for his push-ups. John Sherrill, top right of your screen. The judge points to the spot. Down and give me 20.
As fast as you can. And hurry up and finish before the 10-minute mark here.
Jesus Carrasco on the bottom left of your screen as well. Celia Sprouse and Riley Weinstein. Lanes 9 and 10 to the top left of your screen. Riley, 1 rep to go. Oh, just unable to get that one. Final 30 seconds. Riley finishes up with that barbell. There's not going to be too much time to get much else done. Chrissa Glover in the same boat. John Sherrill, couple of reps to go for him. Great job from our Neuro Major division.
Two with hip. We have 75 with the multi-rope 3 different times. We have our hang cleans, our shoulder to overhead at the 85 and 65 pounds, and then those 20 ring dips. 10 minutes on the time cap abs we've seen. And guess what? I'm starting to see a handful of big names like Tom Miazga that just rolled on by that'll be in this event. Looking at our lane assignments there, Mr. Tom Miazga, basically one of the biggest names in the space when it comes to the seated 2 athletes. Looking over on the ladies' side. Just a slew of different, we have a slew of different flags on our lane assignment board there.
Shelley Chrono, speaking to her straight after the opening ceremony, she goes, that was so much better than the opening ceremony for the Paralympics.
How crazy is that? I mean, that is a special, if you're in this CrossFit space and you've been to the Paralympic Games and you think, and you say, and you feel that what you get here, the athleticism is better, the sports is better, the ceremonies are better, that's pretty dang cool. That's really impressive. So we'll be starting off with the multi-rope for our athletes out here. The multi-rope is that double split rope, weighted at the end. Not weighted, but there is a weight to the multi-rope. And they have to swing that around as best they can for the 75 rotations. It's fast, so your judges out there have to count how they're doing that. You can see them reach down to the floor, and then you're trying to move that around as fast as you can. You will see some of the athletes here, the rope does hit the ground, but you want to try to keep those up as high as you can. Tom Miazga, he's barely even moving at all, but not the first one to come off the ropes. Second. Nice rebound off that pad, off the legs, as these athletes are trying to get that bar up to that front rack position, trying to get those elbows underneath. You can see Aaron Honzik right there in the orange shirt and those gigantic shoulders of his. Moving that bar really well. Moving over to the ladies' side. Nina Alexandridou. Again, getting those elbows to come through in that front rack position. See the nice bounce off the pad. Fast into that front rack position. Jasmine Mock right there in the glasses. Again, letting off the barbell, trying to let those hands in that grip. Chill out just a little bit, take a little bit of that pain out of the forearms, but man, she's got some serious speed on that front rack as well.
Taking pain out of forearms.
I mean, you got to do it. You just got to do it.
We needed that on Tuesday. There's been a lot of forearm work done on this floor over the course of the last couple of days of 2026 Divisional CrossFit Games. And we are now into our adaptive and teenage CrossFit Games for the next 3 days. Great to have you coming here on FloElite. Make sure you subscribe, FloElite.tv or the Flow Sports app.
Tom Miazga moved himself up in that lead position with Aaron Honzik right behind him and Fabricio right behind him as well in the green. So Tom Miazga right now can't see these two guys that are chasing him. Now, Tom did move really, really well. Obviously, he knows this. He's well experienced, and he knows what his tempo is. We've talked to Tom so many different times about, I had my strategy, I had it set up this way, and he usually will play that to his favor, but he doesn't get to see the chance of those two very large gentlemen behind him.
Aaron Honzig, an absolute giant of a man.
I know, man. Look at those shoulders. Jeez, man, I want my shoulders looking like that.
Luckily, it's not an echo bike.
Right. Right. You're going to rip the handles off of that one, too, huh?
So, yeah, you've got that normal fear of that echo bike, unless you're Aaron and the echo bike fears you. Shelley, good bounce outs.
Gogamore in the back. A little bit of struggle with that barbell, trying to get it up to the front rack. Shelley's like, ow, I know, I gotcha.
Tommy Miazga. Oh, I don't know if you saw Tommy just then. Quick pier left, quick pier right. Fabrizio Taviera on the far right of your screen, Aaron Honzig and Tom Miazga. Oh, Miazga.
Wow, that's
Working
a beautiful lockout on those rings. Again, this is just a lot of practice, a lot of use of that press out position.
Tom Miazga. Is there anything Tom Miazga cannot do?
Well, I mean, he's just so good at everything that Kevin sets up for him, you know? I mean,
actually, I do know
trains extremely hard.
I do know one thing. He's not as good looking as Mike Egan.
Oh, dang, dang.
Actually,
hey,
maybe,
there's a red dot on your forehead right now, or on your shoulder. Maybe it's on your chest right now. You better watch yourself.
Maybe he is.
Honzig is finishing up his ring dips right there on the left-hand side. Look, he has one left to go as he finishes his way across the floor. Fabricio coming up next.
Aaron Honzig. Love your work, buddy. Love your work. Raptors Gym, part of the United Arab Emirates. Russell Allmendinger, he's getting started as well. You can just see the reflection of him all the way down to the far left in the handstand push-up perspex. And Fabrizio Taviera, all done. Allmendinger in the background. Allmendinger, remember if you cast your mind back to last, actually changing divisions.
Yeah, and I think it's difficult, you know, when for some of these athletes, they do ride the line pretty close between one division and another division. You know, some athletes, they'll go down to a particular division, some will be able to move up into a particular division. I mean, pretty cool.
Elizabeth Foster. Thought she was going to the rings immediately. Hang on a minute, we got some more work.
Oh yeah,
to do
we gotta
here
do
first.
75 of these things. Yeah, that's right. Okay, we'll get back to our 75 over here.
Tori Clinch just moving in alongside Elizabeth Foster. Roberto Sanchez. And just getting a no rep, just having to go about an inch deeper. You know that really ugly position at the bottom of the rings where you catch your first muscle up. Yeah, that position.
The one where it's like, man, I'm really glad I don't have to go any lower than this. Oh, well then, yeah, you do.
Actually, I can't go lower, and
yeah.
this is going to be a struggle to get out.
Right.
Another no rep. Elizabeth Foster, no wonder she was excited to get there.
Jeez. Right? Look at the speed of those dips. Holy cow.
Tori Clinch, not bad either on the left-hand side. Foster. Lock and load, here we go.
Fired up.
Foster finishes. And in a good field, Jasmine Mox in here. Shelley Chrono. And there's Tori Clinch. 90 seconds left on the clock. Roberto Sanchez on the right of your screen. Final rep. Oh, wow. Roberto.
To fail out on the last one. How many times have we seen that already today?
The arms are just going, or the hands are going a little bit too wide. Those arms following suit. And finally getting that last one, Roberto. Adam Page on the left-hand side of the screen. 40 seconds left. Jasmine, not too far away from finishing, taking a quick break. Can't rest too long.
No, I remember her ring dips last year, real strong with her ring dips as well. Nice press out, nice lock out there.
Shelley's gonna go back to try and get as many reps done as she can. Nina Alexandriou. Katarzyna Gutzva still out on the barbell. And our seated 2 division wrapping things up. And let's head down to the 2 best looking guys on the competition floor right now, Mike Egan. To the adaptive CrossFit Games, all part of the divisional CrossFit Games. And our athletes in the standing diagnosed division are going to be our first to come onto the competition floor. When you're an athlete competing, you wanting to be the first to get out on the floor to experience it, or are you happy to sit back and watch someone else potentially go through and give you some tips on how better to approach the event?
If there's someone that you're competing against, it's nice to know what they did. It'll give you a time that you're trying to beat, or give you some sort of a carrot out there to shoot for. But other than that, I cannot stand waiting around till we get to go. Like, just say go already for me. And then again, this is a very personal approach to this. I want to know, just let's get going already. I want to get into the mix. And we talked about this a little bit with the Masters division. The worst night's sleep you're going to have is the night before the first day. After that, and once you're in it, it's like, okay, we're in it now. We're just going.
Waiting time, one of those aspects of competition that people like yourself
hate
with a passion.
Very impatient, you might say.
Welcome back to the San Jose McHenry Convention Center. It is day number 1 of the divisional CrossFit Games for 2026. Our teenagers have finished up with the first 2 events of their competition. As we progress through our divisions of the adaptive competition, we are going to have our handlers on the field of play to assist where needed. Wow, there's some support in the arena.
Got some hooting and hollering going on out there.
Not sure that was coming through the broadcast or not. As we get underway, the 2026 Adaptive CrossFit Games commences. And we're going to be broadcasting on FloElite. Make sure you subscribe, FloElite.tv or the Flow Sports app.
Our athletes looking fantastic through the set of double unders. Again, you want the double unders to be as unbroken as possible, but this is also going to be kind of your rest segment, your active recovery here as you make your way back for those 40 hang cleans. We saw what it looked like for our younger athletes, doing sets of 27, 21, 15, 9. Our athletes here are going to do a big chunk of 40. So I think everyone's going to look fantastic till you get till about 20. And then all of a sudden it's going to start to break down, even at this weight. Seeing a lot of the same sort of setups. We have more of a hanging swing movement.
Katie Bures, we go back to last year. 900 points out of 900. She was absolutely flawless. And first place finishes just, it was raining first place finishes for Katie Bures.
Yeah, you can see she has her handler right up in front, so she's counting down since Katie is hearing impaired. This is where her handler is going to come in play, so let her know when to start, when to move, what her numbers are, and keep the count, since the judge won't be able to do that necessarily for her. Our men getting through that set of 40 on the hang cleans, going back up to their second set of double unders.
Alina Wiedlich in the background, looking really good on those shoulder overhead movements. Wow.
And again, you know, we talk about the plus to being a range of motion athlete. This is one of those ones that does that. Shorter arm range of motion means that each one of those reps is going to be shorter in duration and shorter in distance. So you are, if you're able to cycle those, going to be able to go a lot faster. Cynthia Marzell right there on the left-hand side of your screen was doing fantastic on the double unders, and this is a very large chunk of rapid repeating reps of those shouldered overhead. You can see he's using his body to jump it up. It's not a push press. So anyway they need to get that up overhead and re-dipping their body underneath, that's fantastic. So 30 on the push jerks.
Mathal getting one event win last year and 2 fifth place finishes.
So fast, wow.
Alina Wiedlich, healthcare professional from Germany.
There's Mazzal right there in the pink shoes. Keep an eye on him. He's been in that lead position. Not as fast on that rope rotation as Greg Carter, which allowed Greg to give himself back as he goes into those handstand push-ups. And that was all just a matter of the speed of the rope. Now, how hard did he push himself to do that? We'll have to see what it looks like on the handstand push-ups.
Some good non-verbal communication between Katie Bures and her judge, Greg Carter. Sente Mathal also starting the handstand push-ups. And trying to keep that entire core in a very composed position.
Wow. They want to stay on the wall. What happened? What happened?
Most frustrating thing when it comes to handstands is when those feet decide that they don't want to stay on the wall anymore. Alina Wiedlich. Katie Burez just to the right-hand side of your screen, kicking up now.
Some great kipping handstand push-ups as she finishes them up and makes her way.
Alina Wiedlich. Impressive from Alina. And ensuring Katie Burez doesn't get a clean sweep this time around in 2026.
Well, you can see Katie on the left-hand side shaking those arms out. Again, you just did all those hang cleans, that's shoulders, and you just did all those push jerks, that's shoulders. Now you're having to do these handstand push-ups, that's more shoulders.
Great Carter. Done as well. And I like the fact that Kevin Ogar, with the programming, sat down with Shannon and goes, let's challenge these athletes more and more and more each year. They did this last year. Guess what? We're going to try something harder. We're going to try something harder. We're going to get to the point where people are way out of their comfort zones and they're trying different things.
Yeah, I do like the fact that they up the ante every single time there. Again, Barzell trying to figure it out, trying to see what he has. Other athletes coming across the floor.
Raquel Soriano. She finishes a 10-minute time cap for Alameda.
Big push there. You can see the strain that was happening. He is not happy about that one. It's like, oh, that is not supposed to be that uncomfortable.
Mathal finishes in second on our gentlemen's side of competition for outstanding diagnosed athletes. I like the fact they've been given. There's Florian finishing third last year. A couple of first place finishes in Resilience Rising, the Part A and Part B. The jumble from our podium getters from last year is evident already.
Oh man, that was a great kip right there. And just finishes it up. As she sits herself down. You go like, oh yeah, I gotta come across the floor.
Alison Hagland, she gets finished. I've got the work done. What do you mean I've got to do more? The last 90 seconds ahead of us. Our gentlemen continue with their handstand push-ups. Florian Groki, there's Reyes Rivera. Only 5 to go. And complete now. It goes without saying, the American contingent coming into the opening ceremony was massive.
Absolutely.
They just kept coming.
There were a lot of them. wouldn't say they were the loudest, though. For being as big of a group as they were pretty quiet and pretty reserved compared to, you know, the Australian or the New Zealand or even the UK. Wasn't really sure why that was, but they just, big group though, that's for sure.
The final 10 seconds. And Melissa Stockton not able to get completes. Greg Carter and Alina Weedley having absolutely no trouble. And let's head into events. It is Alameda. We'll get to event 1 a little bit later this afternoon for our adaptive athletes, and this one presented by Equip Products.
50 on the double unders, 40 on the hang cleans at those weights listed, 50 more double unders, 30 push jerks, 50 more double unders, 20 decline push-ups with a 10-minute time cap. I'm going to say one thing. Can you say shoulders? Like if you aren't good at double unders, okay, this can be frustrating, but this whole event that we're seeing is all about the shoulders and shoulder capacity.
Our lane assignments for our Neuro Minor division. Got a big high five to Adam Milchik coming onto the opening ceremony floor earlier on at the SAP Centre. He'll be sitting down there in lane number 7. For our ladies, Milchik finishing 3rd last year, 2025 Adaptive CrossFit Games in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tina Murdoch back once again. She finished 2nd on the podium last year. And Esther Daru making her way back as well. We've got a very busy day coming up. As Bill mentioned, our teenagers done now. Go out, sit in the sun and do what teenagers do, and well, they're probably sleeping.
I think they're going to go take a rest. Well, I bet they're going to go eat.
Oh, eat and sleep, yes.
I bet they're going to go eat.
Gentlemen, in the Neuro Minor division, they got the green shirt memo. That time you hate, Bill. Athletes to work. It is heat number 6, the Neuro Minor division. And our keys to success presented by Equip Products.
You know, you really need to be smart with your sets if you're going to break them up. Now, that applies to all of them all the way through. If you're not very good at your double unders, then be smart about how you do your double unders. Don't kill yourself in them. But I think, you know, who has the skill and who has the energy left when it comes down to that last set of that press with for these athletes here for that incline push-up, you've already done a lot of work on the shoulders. So I think those who have that energy left there are going to do fantastic, and you got to be smart about how you get there.
The 10-minute time cap. And there's Tina Murdoch. The hang cleans. The first barbell movement.
Hector Torres right there. You can see him releasing that grip up the top, trying to chill that hand down, chill the grip out as much as he can. Bell right behind him, same thing. I like the fact that he's getting both elbows up to get that bar up against that throat in that front rack position. Tina Murdoch with that nice bounce off the thighs in the black top. Super. I'm sorry, that was Kerpoleni in the back. She's the one that had that nice fast pop off the leg. She was actually the first one off the double unders into the barbell. So make sure we keep our eye on her. She's gonna be right behind Murdoch.
Back to the double unders. Edgar Castillo, Ben Fallon. And Thomas Fanil. Giada Cipollone. Look at that. Beautiful positioning, not just with barbell, but also with skipping rope in hand.
I mean, that's beautiful. Perfect position. Legs nice and straight, bounding, not jumping. Head nice and straight.
Isn't that a thing? Coaching, great coaching cue. Bound, don't jump.
Well, I'm a coach. That's what we talk about.
I haven't heard that for many years.
Man, that's what you got to do. It's not jumping. Got to bound. You're rebounding.
Becky Johnson in the red shirt to the left of your screen. Lauren Saul going back to grab her rope. Edgar Castillo. Ben Fallon behind.
Castillo with a nice rebound off that front rack position. You can see his elbows coming up nice and high to give him that nice shelf at the shoulder. And then he's using his hips and his legs and his body to drive that up rather than it being a pressing off of his arm or using his arms. Catching it out, locked out.
And all the way down the ends. Clement Blanc-Patin finishing up in fourth last year. Giada Cipollone continuing. Her movement pattern is almost flawless.
Yeah, you can see that extension of the hips, dropping down underneath the bar and catching it as she finishes up her final rep. Going back to the jump rope.
There's Blanc-Patin on the left of your screen. David Piper on the right. Piper finishing 7th last year from the UK. Black Wolf Fitness. Castillo. So different adaptations for different athletes.
You're looking for that chest to touch the ground every single rep, and then full lockout. So the judge is really getting down there to make sure that they are making contact.
The decline push-ups. Gee, I haven't done a decline push-up in a minute. Edgar Castillo, and there's Giada Cipollone.
Getting that lockout there. I know the judge is looking back to see if she's able to keep her body locked out so she doesn't sag down too much.
20 decline push-ups is all that's required from our athletes. And Edgar Castillo. Tina Murdoch getting those double unders complete as Giada Ben Fallon, that'll do.
Yeah, we saw it right there. Serpellini just was able to finish.
Oh, nearly takes out Ben Fallon with those legs.
Ran him over and almost dropped a heel right in the face.
Camille Choquet from handstand CrossFits. Piper and Blanc Patine. It seems that the gentlemen have got to that point, and like a massive sticking point.
Well, I mean, again, you've used your shoulders so much, so everyone's getting hung up there.
Thomas Fanil from CrossFit Grenoble in France. Tina Murdoch trying to get these decline 20 push-ups complete and a good plank position.
Nice job on the lockout, though, I have to say. I mean, and I love the fact that they're forcing that lockout.
In the background, Becky Johnson and Lauren Saul as Tina Murdoch not only gets a finish, but gets a high five from competitor Giada Serpellini. Lauren Saul is not done with the doubles.
That's the worst when you drop your rope like that and you have to come back.
Johan van Heerden. Seen that so many times over the course of the last 3 days with our Masters divisions, and also this morning we had it with the lunge with our teenage divisions, just thinking that they were in the right spot.
Lauren Saul, fantastic work. Look at the way her body is set up. Very straight, hips are up. You don't see her sagging down low. Man, that's a great press.
David Piper on the left and Clement Blanc-Patine on the right. Talking about which coloured socks you were going to wear. Well, that's the colour you're going to wear from Blanc-Patine. Esther Deroux. The double unders are going to be causing all sorts of drama. Oh, Blanc-Patine, how about those push-ups?
Wow.
David Piper as well.
Whoa, a no rep. Now, when you got a no rep like that, I think it was the fact that he brought his knees down just too early, didn't have the full lockout. Then he dropped his knees.
Blanc-Patine, he's going all the way. Liam Smith finishing up for our men as well. Just under that 10-minute time cap. Our Neuro Minor division finishing up. And as we saw with our standing diagnosed division, some athletes getting through that very easily, but some just finding certain aspects a little bit challenging.
Well, I mean, and we talked about that at the beginning. If you don't have the double unders, then that's going to be what you're contending with the whole time. If you do have the double unders, then it's okay. What's your shoulder work look like? What's that pressing capacity look like? So with our moderate neuromuscular division, we have 30 double unders, 3 different times, and we're working on those hang cleans again, the shoulder to overhead, and the decline push-up here for our athletes. That weight on the barbell works into 65 and 45 pounds with that 10-minute cap.
3 different divisions For our Neuros, it is the minor, moderate, and major. And this is the moderate division. Our lane assignments. And some very familiar names from last year. Austin Roth, George Simmons-Gooding, Dan Long, Nui Bartletts, Kyle Harper. And for our women, Abby Wynne-Jones, Lauren Taylor, Liana Gerber, Courtney Lopez, Jamie McInerney. I was in London a couple of months ago and nearly caught up with Abby Wynne-Jones. I wasn't able to schedule it.
Ah, that's too bad.
She works at Parliament.
Yeah.
She was going to give me a tour through the Parliament.
That would have been pretty cool.
That would have been pretty cool, but I said,
cool.
Next time I'm in London, look out, I'm coming.
Wow, Alexis Serrett over in lane number 2, just off to the left-hand side of your screen with that barbell, cycling really quick. One of the first of our 4 ladies to get over into the barbell work.
There's Abby on the far left of your screen. Kyle Harper. Finishing 3rd last year. A couple of great finishes towards the end of competition. Nui Bartlett in the background. Nui Bartlett finishing 1st with only 2 event wins.
But if you're one or 2, then you get those points. That's all you need. 1,
yeah.
2, or 3 actually. You can do all. You can hang in there.
2 first-place finishes, a 5th and an 8th for Nui Bartlett.
Abby Wynne-Jones working through. Man, she's just so good on that barbell. She just does not want to put it down.
Andrea Unwin just behind Abby Wynne-Jones.
You can see Lauren Taylor back there in the back, right behind the judge, working on her double under. She's not the only one doing the double unders, but look at the speed at that rotation. See her on the right-hand side of your screen in the all orange, the black ponytail finishing up. And we have a battle with her, and in lane number 7, Courtney Lopez. Courtney has the black top and the orange bottoms. Lauren unable to see Courtney behind her, so she's not able to watch that. So Courtney has a little bit of an advantage here. Courtney Lopez doing her thing in the back, repping out a little bit faster. That cycle rate's a little bit faster than what Lauren had. And she actually went to put the bar down. Petra Vanderputten-Clausen right there, taking a little bit of a break. Making her way back over to the men's side. Lucas Niven working on those double unders. And there goes Lauren back over here, super fast on those double unders. Nice positioning, hands nice and even as she makes her way back to her plates. And she's gonna be the first of our 2 leaders on the ladies' side to work on those decline push-ups. Alex Wooden right there in lane number 1.
Lauren Taylor. Full of smiles yesterday when she came to visit.
Looks fantastic on these push-ups. Lauren doing a great job.
Nui Bartlett. Nui Bartlett, how about that? I'm just going to stroll over the line.
Strut yourself over to the finish line with a nice little tap.
And Lauren Taylor, kapow, there it is. Oh, talk about, we've had some competitors so far, but in the last 2 heats, if you go to Lauren Farhat, And Lauren Taylor, it's just like fire in the belly.
Well, I mean, I think this is their time to shine, right? This is their competition. You know, they really enjoy that fight. They enjoy being pushed. And I like the fact that Lauren was pushed in this event. Courtney Lopez right there is the woman that was pushing Lauren on the double unders and on the barbell work. But I think you can see here the fatigue that set in after trying to keep that pace. That's a tough one.
Courtney Lopez finishing second last year, one event win, and didn't the crowd go bananas when she did? It was Crucible Part A. And I like that. Let's change the hand position to try and minimize the fatigue on the triceps.
You gotta try whatever you can try, right?
Kyle Harper done. Dan Long, oh, no rep. That's going to be tough going. Well, no reps, they vary. If you're doing a full length of front rack lunging like the teenagers did this morning, that's a tough no rep. One push up, not so much.
Right.
Camaraderie is just next level.
Well, yeah, I mean, these guys, they all compete together, they hang out together. Social media-wise, they're really tight. They're very active with each other, social media. Abby Wynn Jones is in, and apparently now we're in a dance party. I mean, you know, I was just doing an event at the World Championship, and I think I'm going to do a dance party dance.
Would
now.
you expect anything less from Abby Wynn Jones?
No, not at all. Actually, her and Lauren, of course, they're going to be doing that.
Well, the music says just dance. They're doing just that.
Beautiful push-up position. I like it.
Jamie McInerney all finishing up. Andrea Unwin still battling with these push-ups. Austin Roth on the far right of your screen. Oh, the judge almost down a floor level.
Right.
He's getting away with nothing down there in lane 9. George Simmons-Gooding, he's finished up with the barbell for the meantime, just taking a break. There's George on the left of your screen. Austin Roth to the right. Still just over 2 minutes. And Austin Roth.
Roth is through.
There we go. Oh, Andrea Unwin, she also gets over the line. And Lucas Niven finishes off the first event of the competition of the 2026 Adaptive and Teenage CrossFit Games.
There's a nice strong push up. Oh, they gave it no rep? Why'd they no rep that?
Oh.
It was a good push all the way down. I'm not sure why that last one was a no rep.
The final 60 seconds coming up. Petra Clowens still battling with those push-ups. George Simmons-Gooding, one of those skills that you need to master in competition is the double unders. Josh D'Souza. And time done. Our second event of our first day of competition, but we're going to make this our first event to be done today. It is Alameda and presented by Equip Products.
For our BK lower division, we have 40 double unders, 40 hang cleans, 85 and 55 for our athletes here, 40 double unders, 30 shoulder to overhead, 40 double unders, and finally 20 of those handstand push-ups. 10-minute time cap.
Our lane assignments for our lower BK, below knee adaptation. And again, some athletes we are used to seeing on the competition floor. Russell Bozanic, one of those, Luca Bonomo, and also Riley Grace, a couple of our Australian competitors. And Os Credores, the crazy horse, Hilden Cavallo.
The man, the myth, the legend. The legend. And you got a yell from him today when we saw those guys walking by in the opening ceremony.
He was a little bit excited.
You yelled out crazy horse and his hands just went up.
Yes.
Tristan Thomas right there. Knock and knuckled with Holford. Charlie Holford right next to him.
Are these time frames getting longer, or is it just me imagining that they're holding them for a little bit longer?
Well, when you have a division where the athletes get out, I mean, this is one of the things that Kevin Ogar always talks about. We will not be ahead of schedule. We will not be behind schedule. We will be right on schedule.
And he's not apologetic about it at all.
No, no. All right, athletes out here working on that double under.
Now, an impressive thing I'm seeing right now from every one of our athletes, a lot of upright torsos. That is going to be highly beneficial to your bounding instead of your jumping.
Well, you need to have that. Again, if you're leaning forward, then you're just trying to do everything you can to get over the rope. And it's not a matter of getting over the rope. It's you jumping up and having the rope go under you. But our men are working their way, and basically the majority of the field is off, or at least half the field is off those double unders now. And we're into those hang cleans. Luca Bonomo in the orange cutoff sleeve shirt. You can see him on the right-hand side of your screen there. First to get to the bar and having no problem. Now, I mean, there's a technique, sure. When you got arms like this guy, you can manhandle that way and just make it go to town there. So no problem at all for his 40 hang cleans.
Need to see his 200-meter row time with biceps only. Yeah, we'll get out in the warm-up area later.
I'm going to test that.
Bozanic. Oh, it is hurtful. 6 meters per stroke on the row. But great for bicep building, let me tell you. Bozanic from Injustice. A couple of Injustice athletes completing the Masters division. Kane Hayes, Ryan Woodall. Bonomo continuing. And he's going to be moving straight away. Bozanic not far behind, nor is Hilden Cavallo or Riley Grace.
Yeah, that's a very, very, very tight race with all three of these gentlemen. Bonomo, no problem with those 40 on the double unders. Crazy Horse right behind him in the green shirt on the right-hand side. Oh, my goodness.
Look at speed. Hilden Cavallo on the far right-hand side. Winning last year, 810 points overall, only dropping 90 over the course of 9 scored events.
Now, I know that they are saying that this is a push jerk here, but it's basically a shoulder to overhead any way you want to go. And for Carvalho, he has the strength. He just wants to go ahead and push press it.
Ray Kendall.
Look at that.
Simple.
You know, he does use his hips. He gets that nice hip explosiveness there, using his body to help drive those up, drive that weight off his shoulders.
Luca Bonomo just in front of Hilden Cavallo, finishing 3rd last year, and battled all the way with Hilden Cavallo. Bosnich. And Bruno Rodriguez.
Really, really, really great technique here. Carvalho, look how upright he is. You can tell that the arc of the rope isn't moving one way or the other. A lot of times you'll see an athlete that will rotate the grips further on one side than on the other side. But you got to keep an eye behind him. In lane number 7, Riley Grace, directly behind him, is already on his handstand push-ups.
Riley Grace to the far left, Luca Bonomo on the far right. The Crazy Horse himself. Hilden Cavallo in the middle and punching out these handstand push-ups.
And Carvalho got himself back into that 3rd place position because he was getting hung up on those double unders. Bonomo not having a problem with that at all. Riley Grace, same thing in the green. But I do think that Hilden is stronger on his shoulders, but he just has to get going, even though Bonomo's got that 5 reps remaining.
Riley Grace finishing in 4th last year. 2 second-place finishes.
Oh, my
Bonomo
goodness.
hanging on. Hilden Cavallo.
Oh, wow.
And rep for Luca Bonomo, and absolutely pumped.
Wow, his last one looked better than this second to the last one. That was a great finish for him.
Bonomo finishing up first. Hilden Cavallo has absolutely come from nowhere. Proving why he took out the division last year. One rep remaining, Hilden Cavallo. Bonomo with a 3rd place last year, representing Italy. The last 5 now for Riley Grace in the center of your screen. Matthew Freitas. And Hilden knows exactly what's what in regards to placement, and he knew Riley Grace still had 5 to go.
No need to sprint.
Do what you need to do. Riley Grace.
Wow,
Those
Grace was
shoulders
first
are
to
on
the wall, and his
fire.
shoulders are blown. Oh, that is the most frustrating thing. And again, this is something that will always, this is the risk-reward part when it comes to gymnastic movement. The second you hit that failure, it's really hard to come back from that. And look at this. This is repeated reps over and over and over again. He's getting really nervous about this because he's looking back and forth to see that everyone else is getting reps and he's not. He's doing reps, but none of them are counting. Big
Final
hip.
rep. Oh, Riley Grace. All finished up.
Finally.
And again, just the jog down the competition floor, and top 3 for Riley Grace. But yes, really good result from him, and he knew it was a good result because it's top 3.
Yep.
You stay top 3 all weekend, guess what? You're going to be on the podium.
There you go.
Easy maths. Chappie Hunter, Alpine Ranch CrossFit. Bosnich, 4th place finish. Hunter out of Granby, Colorado. Final 2 minutes on our way. Matthew Freitas just taking a break. Bruno Rodriguez. And this is a clever thing. We go back to 2010 CrossFit Games, Jason Kalipa refusing to rest and going rep after rep after rep on his deficit handstand push-ups. And guess what? He kept failing.
Yes, he did.
Sometimes you just need to rest. And I know the time clock and...
But rookie, I'm in a race right now. I can't rest, I'm in a race right now. One minute left to go for our athletes out here on the floor. Matthew Freitas, nice big kick in the green shirt. Takes 2 more out of that total count that he needs.
The last 30 seconds on the way. Freitas, another rep. Charlie Holford kicking up. The faster you go, yeah, probably the more it hurts, but the more recovery time you get.
That's a hard one to say. The faster you go, the more recovery. Because the faster you go, you can also get more tired, so you need more recovery time.
Yeah.
It really depends on you. You have to sit there and balance. It's like a balancing act the whole time between what you have and what you're able to do.
And time is up. Great to see so many signs out here in the crowd as well. Some great stuff from our lower BK division. Our lower BKs all complete. 9 heats done. Guests coming up on our broadcast later on. As we get underway for our next division, it is going to be our lower minor. It is Alameda, presented by Equip Products.
50 double unders 3 different times, and then we drop from reps 40 to 30 to 20 with those hang cleans, the shouldered overhead, and then the handstand push-ups.
How best to get through this? Well, let's go to our keys to our success.
So, you know, we've seen a handful of heats already with this, and the keys are going to stay the same. You need to be very smart with the chipper set like this, with how you're going to break up these sets. What do you need to do, and what's really going to be important? It's going to be what you have at the end for those handstand push-ups. So who has the skill on the double unders? Who has the energy left on the handstand push-ups? You have those, this is going to be your event.
This is your lower minor division. And some very familiar names in this division. Omar Iglesias, in particular. Vincent Cavazos, Luke Reeson, the big unit from the UK. John Jarrett's in there as well. Bailey Hooper. Bailey Hooper with a cracking win last year. Finishing up with 890 points. She only dropped 10 over the entire competition.
Wild.
Not as good as Katie Buras, but close. She set the marker pretty high.
Look at that fast repeat off the front rack position.
Lukey Reeson, Vincent Cavazos in the background. Your 1 and 2. Oh, Reeson. Long way to go, but so strong.
Man, but just so powerful. There's Hooper right there. Yeah, she was fantastic last year in her competition. And again, with her gymnastic background, you know, she just has the coordination and the way she can move her body around in space is fantastic.
And yes, there is a 10-minute cap, and we saw it all last year. She didn't need most of the time cap.
Right.
We're going to see something pretty similar now. We're only at 3.5 minutes. Hooper. A miss on those doubles. Joel Stevens back to the rope. Omar Iglesias from CrossFit Beetle in Puerto Rico. Dan Brady just ahead on the far left of your screen. He's from Nichols City Athletics.
So again, you talk about gymnastic prowess. It's obviously going to be a lot of pulling power, but she has a lot of pushing power as well, going upside down. Over in lane number 5 on the ladies' side. Shaking it out just a little, and I think it's not even the fact that like she's not that good at this, she needs to shake out, because she's going so fast. Smart break, we talked about how to manage those sets so it's, you know, you have a short rest, and you can do short sets and have short rest. Bailey's showing us exactly how to do that and how it works.
Luke Reeson on the right-hand side of your screen, Bailey Hooper on the left. Now the benefit of having 10 athletes per division, you finish first past the post.
This is your race.
This is it.
Yeah, so you're battling with all the other people that you have to contend with the whole time. So that, with that, you know how hard to push. You don't need to overexert yourself since you have the entire 3 days of competition to deal with. But you also need to know, hey, I need to beat so-and-so to get ahead of this, you know, to place this particular point or whatever. A lot more information you have at hand when it's just your one heat.
Bailey Hooper, come on. Just over the halfway point of that time cap. And are we surprised? No, we're not.
No, not on that one. Not even.
Luke finishing up alongside Bailey Hooper on the podium. 830 points.
You can see Luke trying to maximize that square that he's in, trying to get his hands out to the absolute furthest out he can go since he's got those long arms.
Massive unit.
He's a big dude.
So big.
He's a big dude.
Good way to start competition last year. 3 event wins back to back to back. Now that head just tilting a little bit early, pulling him away from the wall. Love to see that chin just tucked a little bit more.
I mean, I do know that sometimes when there is a level of fatigue, your body's going to start to tweak and contort a little bit, trying to find out whatever it needs to do to get there.
Annette Rosa Luke Reeson, Alan Roach. Vincent Cavazos in the background in that white headband. But I like the way that Kevin and Shannon sit back and look at what happened last year and then go, okay, we're going to change the programming. We're not going to tell them what they need to practice, but we know what they need to practice based on what they saw last year.
Well, I mean, I think there's an element of that for sure. I know that as they're running through the events right now, you know Kevin is taking notes. Oh, how did this work out? How did that work out? Oh, everyone was complaining about this because they didn't like that. And he's like, okay, we'll leave that one in.
Do it again.
We'll leave that one in, add a couple reps to it. One of the things that I always really was impressed with, the mantra that Kevin and Shannon for the whole Wheel Wad crew when they're programming this is nothing is off limits. The object is not to make everyone feel good; it's to truly test you with whatever it is that you have. And to test you got to push the limits. So they really believe in pushing the limits, which I think is really cool.
Annette rose up, finishes up, and slams the top of her chest piece. Vincent Cavazos gets the job done ahead of Luke Reeson. Reeson with a massive lead, but that small box and that big frame, it's like...
That makes for a lot of work right there. Makes for a lot of work.
Square peg in a round hole. And Brady finishing up in second. Cavazos beaming with that win.
I would be. Just took out Luke Reeson.
Cody Campbell training out of the Fitness Syndicate in Brisbane, Australia. Had the opportunity to commentate on Cody Campbell quite a few times this year. A Torian Pro.
Oh, yeah.
Also, the Down Under Championship. And Luke Reeson starting to take a hit on this one. Alan Roach is done. Only 30 seconds. Gee, that 9 minutes has gone quick. Flown past.
Time flies when you're having fun.
The other benefit, getting as far as you can ahead of your competitors at the time cap will still give you that placement.
Yeah, I mean, you have to realize who else is on the floor, right? And there isn't another heat that you have to worry about, but you do have to think about who's out here on the floor. So again, knowing where you are, knowing the events that are coming up, knowing what everyone else's strengths are, and then, okay, I need to make sure I get one more rep here or there or whatever. Wow, you can see that Luke is really bummed about that. That's a tough one. First one to the wall.
Oh, by a long way.
That's a tough one to swallow.
But give yourself the opportunity.
But think about what we've seen. The exact same thing happened to Katie Burres as well. Exact same thing. Smashes the field last year and then gets stuck on the wall this year.
Luke Reeson, no doubt, will dust himself off. We'll see him back here for Row Reboot coming back a little bit